Welcome back to Birds of a Feather. This is your daily Baltimore sports podcast. My name is Nathan Stroud, and today we're going to be recapping the Orioles and Cardinals game that just ended about 10 to 15 minutes ago. The Orioles got a very big win over the Cardinals in Game 1 of the series. The Orioles take a 1-0 series lead, and if they can win tomorrow or on Wednesday, they will take this series and finally get a series win. But the Orioles get a win today. That is 3 wins in a row now for this Orioles team. And obviously for every other team that wouldn't be that big of a deal. But for this Orioles team in the position that we're in right now, 3 wins in a row is a very big deal. And it's a very good sign for things to come. The pitching recently has been spectacular. The offense has been playing very smart baseball. It necessarily hasn't been a bunch of home runs. I mean, from Dylan Carlson, he's hit back-to-back home runs in back-to-back games now. But Dylan Carlson has hit the home runs. There hasn't been a ton of home runs being hit, obviously, recently, but they're getting base hits, they're producing runs off of base hits, and they're just playing smart baseball. They're scoring runs off of sac flies, they're scoring runs off of, ground outs, and moving the runner over from third to home. So they're playing very smart baseball on offense. They're going out there and, putting up runs, they're getting on base. They're not going out there and putting up, double-digit runs, but they are doing enough to win, and a lot of that has to do with the pitching. The pitching's been spectacular over the last 3 games especially, and even you can go back and look at, the past 4 games with the starting pitching, but it's been really well. The starting pitching has been very, very good recently. Even over the past 5 games, the starting pitching's been well. Even in the game where we lost 19-5, the starting pitching in the game was really good. Obviously, the bullpen was the part that kind of, broke it all down, but starting pitching's been very well. Lots of surprising starts from people that we wouldn't really think would be doing well. Obviously, Trevor Rogers the other day had an incredible start. He went into the 7th inning. He did very, very, very good. I think he went like almost 7 innings scoreless in that game for Trevor Rogers, who's somebody that obviously Orioles fans and, baseball fans in general obviously don't think is very good. And then today, Charlie Morton got the start because the rotation for the pitching was kind of messed up because of all the doubleheaders and rescheduling and the rain delays and all that stuff that happened over in Boston. So it kind of messed up our pitching rotation a little bit for today at least, and we had to go out there and start Charlie Morton, who again is no longer a starting pitcher. He's kind of in the bullpen now for the Orioles, but they didn't really have any other options, so they went out, started Charlie Morton, and he had his best start of the season. By far his best start of the entire season, and let's just get right into it. So going over this Orioles and Cardinals game, obviously this was a very, very big win for the Orioles where, again, they're in a position where they can't really afford to lose games. Right now they're 15 games below 500, and they were just 18 games below 500, so they are slowly but surely chipping away at this deficit that they've put themselves in. Again, I've said this multiple times before, but it is going to take a lot to get out of this. They still have a lot of work to do. And they still have a lot of wins that they need to get, and to be able to get back into the position that they want to be. It's gonna they're gonna have to go on a big stretch of games, not necessarily maybe a winning streak, but a very good 10 to 15, even 20 game stretch of games for them to get back into the season. It's gonna take a lot. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that they're gonna do it guaranteed, but I am saying that it is extremely possible with the talent on this team. And speaking of the talent on this team, the Orioles are about to get some pretty big talent back. And when I say pretty big talent, I mean the 2 biggest names and 2 most important players that they can get back that are injured right now. Obviously, the Orioles are dealing with a ton of injuries from Jordan Westburg, Colton Cowser, Tyler O'Neill, Gary Sanchez, Ramon Laureano, for that, and that's just for the batters. When you go over to the pitching, Grayson Rodriguez, Kyle Bradish, Tyler Wells, guys like that is injured for the pitching. So there's still a lot of injuries that this team has been dealing with. But the Orioles are about to hopefully within the next 2 weeks. Hopefully, they will be getting Colton Cowser and Jordan Westburg back. And obviously, these names are very, very big for this team. Colton Cowser is your everyday left fielder. Jordan Westburg is your everyday third baseman. So Obviously, Jordan Westburg was a All-Star last year. Colton Cowser was runner-up in Rookie of the Year for the American League. You can even argue that he deserved to win it. I think he deserved to win it. I didn't think Luis Gil deserved to win it, but that's another conversation for another day. But two big names coming back for this Orioles offense is just gonna help us out even more. A lot of guys who have been playing instead of them, guys like Emmanuel Rivera, guys like Dylan Carlson, guys like Ramon Laureano even before he got hurt. There's a lot of guys who have come in and played extremely well. Even Ramon Urias playing third most of the time. There's been a lot of guys that have came in, stepped up. The depth has really shown with this team, and recently they've been able to go out there and perform really well. Like over the past 2 days, Dylan Carlson has been like the best player. Dylan Carlson and Ryan O'Hearn have been like the two best players on the Orioles over the past 2 games or 2 to 3 days. Lots of good plays made out in the outfield, lots of good plays made with the bat as well. So shout out to those guys. Shout out to those guys stepping up in a big moment when a lot of important guys are hurt. But Colton Cowser, Jordan Westburg should be coming back soon. They are going to AAA Norfolk to start their assignment. So again, hopefully they should be coming back within the next couple of weeks, and it'll probably be around the same time as well. And if we can get both of those guys back, plus the starting pitching's been starting to get formed together and started to settle in, plus the offense in general starting to perform really well as well. When you add all that together with all those things combined with the offense, the pitching, and the guys coming back from injury, really important players coming back from injury, might I say. When you combine all that together, it's a lot of good things for the Orioles, and things are really looking up for them, and this is probably the most up that we've been all season, to be honest with you, other than like opening day. So obviously there's a lot of good stuff going on for the Orioles right now. They've won 3 in a row. The pitching's playing very, very, very well. The pitchers who have been bad all season have been performing really well, and the Orioles are about to get 2 of their best hitters back. So it's very exciting. Lots of good things going on for the Orioles, and we are super excited for that. So going over the game today, the Orioles win 5-2. They're 19-34. Still, obviously not a good record at all. There's still 15 games below 500. But Jackson Holliday gets the leadoff today. The Orioles in general today had 10 total hits, scored 5 runs off of those 10 hits, and got walked once. Jackson Holliday got the start today. Or Jackson Holliday got the leadoff today. Obviously, Jackson Holliday is the new leadoff guy. He goes 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. Ramon Urias goes 1 for 4. Gunnar Henderson goes 1 for 3 with an RBI. Ryan Mountcastle goes 0 for 3. Ryan O'Hearn. There's not enough good things I can say about this guy. Ryan O'Hearn has been... I'm just going to flat out say it. He's been the best player on the Orioles this season overall. When we're talking about from a season standpoint, Ryan O'Hearn has been excellent for this Orioles team. His average just went up even more to a 340 after he had a 3 for 4 day. Yesterday he had a 3-hit game. Today he had another 3-hit game. 3 for 4 with a run scored, a 340 average, 426 on base percentage, and a 542 slug. Ryan O'Hearn has been excellent, and if he can just keep this up, Ryan O'Hearn obviously is an every single day player. Most of the time he's DHing because he's not having to play the field, because most of the time obviously Colton Cowser will be out there in left, Tyler O'Neill in right, and then Jordan Westburg obviously at third. But all of those guys are currently out with injury, and they should be coming back all soon, which is obviously great news. And it's very good for the Orioles in the position that they're in, because if the Orioles are going to want to come back into the season, they're going to have all those guys back, all those guys healthy and ready to go and have this team at full power, basically, which we really haven't seen this team at full power at all this season, other than really opening day. Because like in the third game of the season, Colton Cowser got hurt, and Jordan Westbrook's been hurt for a while. Tyler O'Neill's been going back and forth, and the pitching obviously hasn't been healthy all season as well. So the Orioles should be at full strength here soon, and this team can be very scary if they kind of figure it out and all come together as a team. Obviously, the start to the season has been very, very, very bad. There's been lots of bad things happening to them, on the field, off the field, obviously, with all the injuries and stuff, and just bad decisions as well, and just really bad pitching mixed in with that as well. So, obviously, there's still a lot of time to come back in this season. But continuing with the game, Ryan O'Hearn obviously had an excellent day today once again. Emmanuel Rivera goes 1 for 4. Heston Kjerstad goes 0 for 4 with a run scored. Dylan Carlson and Ryan O'Hearn have been the MVPs of the Orioles the past 2 days. Dylan Carlson today goes 2 for 4 with a 3 RBIs and a home run. An absolutely insane game by Dylan Carlson. Once again, another multi-hit game, another game with a home run for Dylan Carlson. He keeps making great plays out in the field. Obviously today he played center with Cedric Mullins not playing, but Dylan Carlson has really stepped up. This is a guy who we've cut a lot. We've DFA'd. He's been on our AAA. He's gone back and forth from the majors to AAA, and he's never really had a solidified role. And he still doesn't have a solidified role, obviously, because the injuries is the reason why he's playing. But with these guys out, with guys like Tyler O'Neill and Colton Cowser and Ramon Laureano out in the outfield, Dylan Carlson has stepped up in a very big way. And I'm super happy for him, and I'm super happy that he's been able to do this because, again, Dylan Carlson, 4 or 5 years ago, was one of the better young hitters in baseball before he just got injured a lot. So he has talent. The talent is there. He's a great outfielder. But it's also cool to see him go out there and do really good with his bat as well. And then Michael Handley got the start at catcher. He went 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Obviously, Michael Handley is not the guy that you are really looking at to be catcher. Adley Rutschman did sit out today after he got shaken up yesterday from a ball that came back and hit him in the face with his mask on. Not in the face, but in the mask. He had the catcher's mask on. Someone fouled the ball back right into his right into the mask. They took him out the game. He was shaken up a little bit. So hopefully Adley's okay. Hopefully this isn't a very super serious thing. Hopefully it's not like a concussion. But I do understand keeping him out for today's game, and hopefully he'll be back again tomorrow. So the offense did its thing. Offense scored 5 runs, 2 for 9 with runners in scoring position, left 7 guys on base. So it could have been a little bit better with that, but very timely hits as well, scoring guys with sac flies, scoring guys with ground outs to third, moving the runner from third to home. So very, very, very just good baseball happening, very smart baseball on offense especially. But going down to the pitching, because the pitching has been a very big key point to the Orioles here recently, and really all season as well. Obviously, the starting pitching's been horrible all season, but recently, over the last 5 games now, the starting pitching has been very, very solid. And we can actually go back and look real quick at the starting pitching over the last 5 games, and I'm talking about the starting pitching more specifically. We go back to Game 1 of this Boston series where the Orioles lose 19-5. It was a horrible loss. The bullpen obviously gave up 13 runs in the 8th inning. It was a horrible, horrible game by our bullpen. But for the starting pitching, and I even said this on the episode where I discussed this, Cade Povich that game went 5 innings, gave up 4 hits, 3 walks, only 1 run, and had 6 strikeouts. That is a very good start. You cannot complain about that type of start. Only gave up 1 run across 5 innings. Obviously, a starting pitcher's job is to go as many innings as he can and give up as little runs as he can. And Cade Povich went 5 innings, again, gave up only 1 run and had 6 strikeouts as well. He let 7 base runners on, but he was able to work through that traffic and only allow 1 run. So that was that game. And then going to Game 2 of the Boston series where we lost in extras. Zach Eflin that game didn't necessarily have an incredible game. This is the worst start that we've actually had over the last 5 games by a starting pitcher. And it's surprising that it's Zach Eflin, who again is regarded as the best pitcher on this team. You can even argue it's him or Tomoyuki Sugano. Either one of those guys is the best pitcher on the team. That is available. Zach Eflin this game, 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 walks, 4 runs. So not necessarily an incredible start by Zach. Not the worst thing in the world, but also not really the best thing as well. But if you would have told me that Zach Eflin had a worse start than Charlie Morton, Trevor Rogers, Cade Povich, and Dean Kramer, I would have called you crazy. So Zach Eflin didn't have an incredible start there. But really looking at mainly these past 3 games that the Orioles have won, if you go and look at the scores of these games, we won 2-1 in the second game of the doubleheader on Saturday. We won 5-1 yesterday, and we won 5-2 today. So that is 4 total runs in the past 27 innings, 9, 18, 27, 27 innings. In the past 27 innings, the Orioles pitching has only allowed 4 runs. That is excellent. That is not just excellent for the Orioles. That's excellent in general. Then you go to the win on Saturday. Trevor Rogers obviously surprised everybody and went 6.1 innings, gave up 2 hits, no walks, no runs, and had 5 strikeouts. An incredible start from him. And then you go over to the win yesterday, and Dean Kramer went 5.1 innings, gave up 7 hits and a walk, but allowed 0 runs and had 4 strikeouts. And then today, obviously, Charlie Morton gets the start, and he goes 6 innings, and then today the start for Charlie Morton, he goes 6 innings, gives up 4 hits, 2 walks, 2 runs, and has 5 strikeouts, and obviously also gives up a home run. So 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. A great game from Charlie Morton. By far his best game that he's had all season in general, not even just as a pitcher, as a starting pitcher, and just a pitcher in general. This is also Charlie Morton's first win of the season. He is now 1-7. And when I say that this was the best start that he's had as a pitcher this season, the bar is obviously set very low. He's done horrible all year as a starting pitcher, but today he goes out there, gets through 6 innings, only gives up 2 runs, has 5 strikeouts as well. He goes out there and really does his thing against a very hot St. Louis Cardinals team who's been very good on offense here recently. So Charlie Morton does really good. His ERA is at a 7.09, and if you're new and you don't really know what's going on with the Orioles, a 7.09 is obviously horrible for a pitcher, but if you knew what it was, 3 weeks ago, even a month ago, if you knew what it was a month ago, this is actually like a blessing, the fact that it's dropped this far. I think it was like an 11 point something after he got moved to the bullpen. So his ERA has dropped a full 4 points since he has got moved to the bullpen, and including today where he gets to start. Seranthony Dominguez goes 1 inning, doesn't give up a run. Ynier Cano goes 1 inning, doesn't give up a run. And Felix Bautista goes 1 inning, doesn't give up a run, also has 2 strikeouts, and gets his 8th save of the season. So that's very good to see for this Orioles team. Again, they go out there and get a huge, huge win. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and things are looking really well. And things are also looking well for tomorrow's game for the Orioles, because tomorrow they actually do have the pitching advantage in this game. Very rare that you see that happen, but it is Tomoyuki Sagano Day tomorrow, and when it is Tomoyuki Sagano Day, you got to go out there and get a win every single time. Him and Zach Eflin are 2 guys where you got to win when they're on the mound. Tomoyuki Sagano, in my opinion, the best Orioles pitcher this season, and statistically he also is as well. 4-3, 3.07 ERA. They have the advantage pitching wise in this game. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens. And if they can go out and win tomorrow, if they can go win tomorrow or on Wednesday, as long as they win if they can win one of the next 2 games, that will be their first series win in a very long time, and they'll officially take a series. So hopefully they don't lose the next 2 and lose the series, but if they do win one of the next 2, they will win this series. Thank you guys so much for tuning into and listening to this episode of Birds of a Feather. Again, the Orioles are on a nice 3-game win streak, and hopefully they can keep it going tomorrow. I'll have another episode up sometime tomorrow night covering the Game 2 of Orioles-Cardinals. Hopefully they can keep that winning streak going. Again, I appreciate all the support that you guys have shown me. It is Memorial Day, so happy Memorial Day to everybody that is listening. If you're on Spotify, make sure to follow up on Spotify. If you're on YouTube, make sure to hit that subscribe button and like the video on YouTube. I appreciate all the support you guys have shown me. We're 51 episodes in. We're not even close to being done. I appreciate you guys so much again, and I'll see you guys in the next one. You have a great Orioles Memorial Day, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.